I just have a few more thoughts about training the upper body to be more powerful. So in my last video on this topic, I talked about how even when the upper limbs are involved in explosive action, whether you're punching, throwing, striking, you still rely on ground reaction forces, and most of that work is done by the legs. So if you want to train for upper body explosiveness, you probably shouldn't separate the upper limbs and lower limbs in your training. Exercises that you'd want to use would be things like push press, jerk, snatch complexes, muscle snatch. These things train the upper limbs to contribute to the power production, but they work in conjunction with the lower body, just like what happens in sports. And if you're not competent in the Olympic lifts, there's still other means you can do to train for this. You could use something like a dumbbell push press, and I hate to say it, but you could probably even do something like a kettlebell or a dumbbell snatch. Or you could do like a tall kneeling medicine ball throw where your knees are on the ground and you're still producing force with the lower body and you're just using your arms to contribute to the end of the throw. And with all of these exercises, including the Olympic lifts, you can change the amount of demand you place on the upper body to contribute to the movement. You can make them more upper body dependent or less upper body dependent based on how you perform the exercise. A snatch complex where you do like 2 snatch high pulls and then into a snatch is probably really good for this. Think about the stimulus the upper body is getting when you have to reverse the weight in a hang snatch. Think about the movement of the scapula and the shoulder externally rotating on the catch. And especially when you're doing a muscle snatch, that powerful shrug and that powerful pull of the upper back is probably a really good training stress. Way better than something like a supine medicine ball toss.